Hi Cancer, if you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your ink blot made in your name and essence in the spirit of October, bloody ink blot. We feel free to take a screenshot so you can scry in your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. We'll scry, we'll add on tarot and oracle, and as well we have GhostTube here kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate, receive or release freely, of course.
Close.
So Cancers, as always, thank you for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. If you'd like to join me, I'm going to close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Cancers, right off the hop, I'm seeing something about playing curling? Yeah, I think it's curling. Some sort of like ice sport like that, but I'm curling. Okay. Seeing patty cake, baker's man. Okay, I'm also being held up.
Framed.
I feel like a feminine figure, could be mother or somebody else, but is like holding up. So like it's framed. I don't know if this is in... no, look at them. It was them. It feels like work oriented. If like something happened, like part of a group project or group effort, or just maybe it's the dynamics and there's just like one person that likes to, I want to say like kind of take you down or just I don't know what it is. It's a very weird feeling, but I'm going to wander down the other rabbit hole.
It's unknown.
Because I'm seeing, it is unknown, at least to me. Okay, so forgive me, but it's like the Lion King and they hold up the baby. I don't know. Simba, maybe? Somebody also might be having twins, so congratulations. But I do see like two babies. Maybe you are a twin. Maybe this is something in your mind. You and your twin soul, whatever your belief system is, or concepts that you currently contemplate about that, you were born at the same time, so you're probably around the same age. I'm seeing Frankenstein with like the bolts in there. But it's like googly-eyed Frankenstein. Like I see Google eyes, you know, when people are putting googly eyes on everything. I don't know if you're googly eyes for something that you're creating. When I wander into that Frankenstein feel, maybe you're manifesting, you know, the person you want, the partner you want, the position you want, something along that lines, Cancers. That's how it feels.
UFO.
And kind of like, you know, okay, thank you. So I heard personal purgatory, because maybe there's been something in, I'm seeing like something being recognized. I also feel like I'm being, oh my goodness, as I was just going to say, being watched and my glasses flipped up. Somebody might be paying attention to you. So some of you might have somebody that's just keeping an eye on you. I don't know if it's from spirit. Like somebody's just, you might not think that they're keeping an eye on you, Cancers, but they are. They are totally keeping an eye on you. Other rabbit hole that blatantly came through is somebody might have a little bit of a, you know, stacka situation. Somebody that's just, again, it's like that they're holding you up in a pedestal of some sort, or they're applying attributes to you, not to say that you do or don't have them, but they're personalizing it to them. So it feels a little eepee-cray. I don't know that that's the intention, but you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of variations going on in this Cancer situation, in the Cancer collective. Okay, but I'm seeing, like literally seeing the big old crab here.
First.
Did this come up in your last reading? And I'm not really good at remembering things like that. But possibly something about lobster. I'm looking for my lobster because I'm seeing Phoebe from Friends. And I feel like if it wasn't your reading, and I really don't know whose it was. Okay, I'm releasing it. If it's redundant, that's okay. I'm looking for my lobster. Like she's his lobster, Ross and Rachel. So there could have been a situation or something along those lines. And look at it coming back together. I'm also seeing squirrels with their tails, like, I feel like somebody, Someone or something is scrappy, like Scrappy from Scooby-Doo. Like you can just be scrappy. There's definitely a love vibe around this in one aspect of the aura. Of course, everything is love, right? No matter what we're doing.
Institution.
We're investing in the love of our job and the love of how we spend time, the love of this, that, or the other. But in regards to like the scrappy do thing, I'm being hands on the hips. And it's like, I don't know if I'm a stern mother. It is feminine energy, female expressed. And it's like, you know, hands on the hips. And that means something. Right? And the hands are on the hips. So I don't know if there's that's just because it kind of feels stern, but superhero-y. So on one hand, there might be a mother in spirit that is still very stern in their love for you. And I say stern because like they mean business, and nothing is going to stop them from keeping an eye on you or being with you, whatever the case is. And on the other hand, maybe you're like, they could be trying to, change. If they were very strict and stern and it wasn't received well, it's like the resonance of that relationship is known in spirit. So the memory of them is held as stern, but now their essence or their perspective is changing, and they're working with that. And I have here leadership and change. So you could also be having, I know up here at the top, if I recall correctly, what seemed to be only a few moments ago, something about coworkers or something along that lines. Just somebody kind of pointing the finger at you or some sort of project, and which could be good, right? It's like, no, you know, so-and-so did it. The cancer did it. Hurrah. And that's fantastic if it goes that way. But there is like this pinch of, you know, person A just, oh, it was so-and-so. It was the cancer. And you're like, what? No. And you're like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, so there's a change in leadership. So whether you will be stepping into a leadership role in your job, in your position, in your company, in your place of employment, congratulations. Likewise, there could be, if you've had a boss or somebody that just seems to like poo-poo on you because somehow your essence threatens them, your skill set threatens them, whatever, I do see them moving on. Again, it's also a very stern female. Male energy, female expressed. Cutting ties. So you might, they will be cutting ties with the company, and it might also, you might just take your own power into your own hands and be like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm going to start looking for a new job. I'm going to cut ties with this power dynamic that is not great for me. It's not great for me. Union. Okay, so we're back in the love area, or union of whatever that is, right? I'm actually being brought into a station, a train station. Protection. I want to note that if these mean anything to you, please follow. Put the scry story together on your own. You know me. I'm going to just roll around the aura abstractly and anciently. But if you see anything, if anything stands out, or you have that first instinctual, intuitive, or, you know, intellectual instinct, please follow that. And thank you for sharing and subscribing if you haven't already. I do appreciate it, and it warms my haunted heart. Okay, so when I wander onto this train, because I'm at the platform and I'm waiting, and now this whole being is becoming like a train. Okay, hold on. Yep. Okay, 2 seconds. It's like are you on board? Are you on board? Somebody is changing positions in their company, like moving up. At least a portion of the collective. Obviously, it may not be for all. And for some, moving on up is moving on out. Like, you're like, no. Or again, if this person above you, that's just, they'll be leaving. Okay, but I'm back in the love thing. It's like, okay. I feel like in this moment, Cancers, it's like I'm seeing two doors with two door knockers. And I don't know if it's like I feel like I need to choose between career and love, or love and career as a main focus. I feel like something's going to balance out. I might be worrying because I care, but I want to transmute that positively. I want to consider and contemplate the connection and the currency in which it will flow versus worrying. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. Okay. Because I feel very guarded. It's like even if I met my soulmate or got the perfect job, I'm going to be weary. Or if my boss is good. Be like, are you though? Are you? That's what it kind of feels like. You're on the right path. And when I say that as well, the most magical hour of all, yeah, there's like, I'm back with the train conductor. You're on time. You're on time. You're on time. I'm going to turn this for a second. Okay, so that's what, sorry, I was in the brain of vultures. I'm like, you know, like the vultures like pick at things on the road. I feel like I'm picking my brain over something. And it does feel internal to me right now being in your aura, so thank you. Yeah, death. I am picking at things. I'm going to be honest. It feels like I, right now being in it, am just being uber picky, or I'm picking things apart to such a degree that there's nothing left. And then when I wander into it professionally, it's like somebody else was like just picking at me. Pick. Just brutal. Okay, so I'm seeing a wishbone, you know, like in a turkey wishbone. That's why I'm picking it apart. Getting to the bones of something in my brain. I want to get to the bare bones of this. Very like outward expression. Oh, bare bones. And we've had 2 skulls come out here after Skeleton of Darkness, Blind Spot, absolutely. And Skeleton of Strength. So I am in here. See, like the little vulture heads there? And then this is where I saw the wishbone. The wishbone is also now turning into a dustpan. I am being reborn. So I'm getting to the bones of it. I just got really, really cold. Because there was something I wasn't seeing or I was paying attention to, and it was a little bit infuriating. Like I couldn't see the illumination because it's like on top of my head. Like my eyes can only roll back so far, but to look up. And then that's like when I'm seeing like look in a mirror, because then you can just look straight ahead. Look in the mirror and then you can see it. Plain as day. Plain as day. Dustpan, ashes to ashes of things that I am truly letting go, even if this is programs and paradigms maybe I have, especially in relation to a partner or something about a profession. Yeah, like you might be straight up changing professions, industries. You're like, you know what? I'm going to change the industry around the skill set I'm really good at. I feel like that's somehow transferable. Like, you know, if you're administration, like that's the skill set, but you can adapt and learn in, you know, many different industries of how to apply that skill set, but it feels like something along that lines. Callie Love stepping through. And then I'm reborn, Lion King. I don't even know if that's the song, but I feel like it is. Okay, closing out messages, getting ready here for Cancers. Thank you so much for being here. If I didn't say so already, like, sharing, and subscribing. I have like horrible memory when I'm floating around the auras. Guardian, Cerberus, and the Journey, Persephone. And then over here you have Reciprocity.
Watch.
Time. Something about time. You're on time, mystery. What is that song? Building a mystery. Holding on. Holding in. 'Cause you're working. Building a mystery. I'm seeing, okay, what kind of, if that was a blank spot, I apologize. Pruning shears. Pruning shears. Do you know what? That's a weird vision, but I'm gonna go with it. You know how somebody has stabbed you in the back? And if you can take a moment to visualize that, it's pretty easy peasy. What I'm seeing is that concept, but every blade is a key. Excuse me. Every blade is a key. Planes, trains, and automobiles. And boats. There's something, a skill set or a love, a partner. Like that skill set or the soulmate, I'll call it. A soulmate. Somebody that, that just fills your soul like warm belly soup. Something is transferable. I don't know if it's lifetimes, like your job, that one thing that you do, but it can move to different industries, or one task you can do. It's not self-defining in any way, unless you decide to identify with it. And same with this partner. Whether you're traveling on trains, automobiles, boats, whatever the case is, it's like you together. Sometimes you might be, traveling in life together on the same boat. Other times it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take a train here and then take a car and then I'm going to take a mule and I'm going to take a plane, and their route's going to be a little different. But inevitably it feels like the intention and alignment is the same, versus this forcing it to be, well, if I'm taking a boat, you're taking a boat. Or if they're taking a car, I'm going to take a car. Or we must travel together. There's something about that does also happen. But do you know what I'm saying? This is a really weird way. Okay, so it's rolling me back to help it, even in the scope of the amount of different things that happen.
Silly.
I know it's so silly. For maybe a meeting to take place, it's like realizing all the different things that you've done, people, places, and things, experiences, and somebody else has had a similar vibe, but it's not the same. It's like, oh yeah, I had that kind of happen when I was, in my 20s or when I was 10, whatever the case may be. And it's like you travel in this conversation. It's like sometimes it's like warp speed, and then other times it's like a nice train ride. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but Cancers, that's what it feels like. It feels like. With the journey, I'm definitely moving on. Moving away from something that I don't think is good for you, and you know that. It so feels like a boss energy. I don't know. It feels like it. It feels like it. And with Cerberus coming through with the as the guardians, though, when I wander back in here, it's like I am cauliflower. That's weird. Something about my brain, and I am figuring something out by simply stepping into it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to step into it and make decisions along the way very presently. And if other things culminate in the background, because I'm very much so paying attention to that as well.
Device.
Do you know what I'm saying? I am protected and guarded. It's like meeting the Hades. And you're or somebody tries to throw shade at you that way, and you're like, what? But I can recognize, like, these guys work for me as guardians. So what are you doing here? What's going on? Or like guard dog to guard dog. A lot of guarding going. Cancers, it's incredible. Hopefully this makes sense to somebody, and symbolically speaking, you can tie it together. And if it's not your scry story, that's cool. But thank you for holding space for others. Okay, I got light coming in. Blinded by the light. All right, Cancers, thank you so much for being here. There's that brain and another key.
Come over here.
You are unlocking the universe. I swear. You're cleaning up. If I didn't say so already, we will turn this and flip it for perspective possibilities later on in October. So thank you once again. We get to do it again. Different perspective. Fighting squirrels is done. That's what I feel like. Notably as well, I'm hearing if somebody is passionate or has... I want to say anger issues, or maybe like working through them. But I'm also very hearing clearly passion. Like I might go to like a fight gym or start learning how to do some sort of exercise that is very physically exerting to release it. Queen of Birds also came through the Sanctorium. Yeah. It's as though in this very moment, Cancers, I am being quiet. I have, didn't throw away the key, I just hung it up. And being quiet to listen to the messages from beyond my mind. From creation source, guides, guardians, whoever it is that you connect to, whoever it is that you choose to connect to.
Angry.
With respect and reciprocity. Maybe when you're feeling angry, some go to a fight gym, some go and garden, and others sit. Don't say a thing. Thank you. Just chillax. Let the birds do what they're gonna do, and you're just sitting there singing your tune. I'm seeing okay, sorry. It's
chair.
Okay. Vulture has its place, and that symbol may mean something to you. But I'm also seeing the way I'm seeing it is in this moment.
I can't leave.
Other people might be vultures, and they feast upon that. And that's cool. There's no judgment to that, because you also apply that intelligence, that spirit animal understanding within oneself. But I feel like you're going from roadkill to filet mignon. And when you feel like roadkill, like you know what to do, and you know, like, again, this isn't a judgment thing. This is just in like a general overall uplift and understanding. Sharp elbows, sharp elbows. And it's like you can, when I place upon you, like, even for me, like having a blanket
Tombstone.
for if you're chilly, this, that, or the other, or just out of pure comfort, security. So I'm seeing somebody like place a shawl upon them, but even this, you know, and if it was, because I'm going to decorate it in my mind, and it's, you know, it's got fun things and whatnot, it's sharp though. Like if I was to, you know, like when you do that towel thing, like, whoop, and you know, like a wet towel snap, that's what that shawl feels like. It's get your attention. There's messages also trying to get your attention. Okay, Cancers, I'm going to leave it here. Until next time, thank you so much for scrying with me. And until then,